Hi, I'm Phil from PrepRS. Are you ever confused about all the different types of tinned meats you can get? I mean, we've got corned beef here, 3 or 4 different qualities, or certainly 3 or 4 different price ranges. We've got luncheon meat, we've got ham, chicken, we've got a whole host of different meats. But it's a little bit confusing as to what's actually in there, so I think we'll take a look, shall we? One thing's for sure, and that's that they will all last a very long time when they're in a tin situation, okay? So they're great for preppers, okay? But what I'll do is I'll open 2 or 3 up and let's take a look. Let's see if there is any difference from price to price range, okay? Four beef burgers. Meatballs. And this is an easy one. If it doesn't break my nail. That's an easy one. Splat. Right, 4 burgers here. These are Wessler's 4 burgers in onion gravy. They contain pork, chicken and connective tissue, amongst other things. So there's a little bit of junk in there, but let's take a look. And there's a lot of gravy in here as well. That's why I put them on a plate. Okay. Right, I'll cook those. I won't taste them because I'm not absolutely sure if they are pre-cooked or not. So we'll heat them through, okay? Right, the last test I'm doing today is meatballs in tomato sauce by Tesco's. Let's see if that's a cheap way of getting some decent meat, shall we? Again, would last for years and years and years. Watch the tomato sauce, if anything, that might start to eat its way through the can after a number of years, which you will see in other modules can occur with tomato. Okay, but it's not that common. Also, I will add that once any of these are opened, I'm afraid you're back to 3 or 4 days of storage. If there's no fridge, probably even less than that, because the bacteria, the moulds, the mycelias, stuff like that will try and get to it. Okay, so the minute they're opened, the protection has finished in terms of the pasteurisation, and you've got maybe 3 or 4 days, and that's in a fridge, probably a lot less, but you can cook them again and again, and that will keep in check anything that's trying to you know, develop on it, like a mould or anything like that. Okay. Right, let's take a look at these burgers. These are chicken and pork burger in a gravy type sauce. Let's try. No fat evident. Bit pressed meaty by looking at them. Yeah, quite nice, a bit pressed meaty, no better than the, for example, the Peck product, which is chopped pork, but okay. These incidentally are nothing like a beef burger that you'd expect, so you might be disappointed if that's the sort of taste and texture you're after. They're far finer than that, but I'm sure between a, you know, in a bap or something and bread roll, they'd be quite edible. Right, these are, what are they in fact? The meatballs in tomato sauce by Tesco, okay? Let's try one of these, shall we? They're okay. It's not my taste, but they're okay. Sauce is a bit strange. Very finely ground up meat. made into little balls. You can't really chew them very much, I have to say. Not my favourite. Well, thanks for joining me on this journey of testing all the meats. Hope you've learned something from it. I think on balance, you know, there wasn't a lot of difference between all of these meats. Some were a little bit finely ground and didn't, you know, it didn't really taste much like meat at all, or certainly didn't chew like meat. But I mean, this was a good one. I mean, the peck pork, chopped pork here was very good, and there was quite a bit of meat in there to chew on. The real meats, like the processed chicken, was pretty good. The processed ham was pretty good. I mean, this one here, there's a processed ham here, and they do a larger size one, which is probably quite familiar. It's Danish ham. It's very good. So they're fairly good, but a lot of the pulpy ones, the ground down to very fine ones, were a bit samey. Didn't like the smoked one very much. So here we go. But again, thanks for joining me. Look at our website anytime. We're PrepRS Charity. Google it. It comes straight up. Thanks very much. Well, thanks for joining me once again on this journey of meat testing. I'm Phil from for fuck's sake. Second one, here we go.